Summer 2021. If you just listened to our spring recap of a seasonal recap, beer's a couple of sips lower. So we are in the fall of 2025. I'm getting caught up on. I'm Weather Joey, by the way. Getting caught up on the seasonal recaps, which go way back, and we're just going to build them up. I'm going to start from the 2020 sort of time frame, bring us up to date, and then go back to 2003, bring us up to 2020, and then go back into the annals of history to the 1940s and all the way up. But for now, summer of 2021, coming off of that spring recap, let's get right into it. Actually, I'd like to take this time to always acknowledge the First Peoples of this land, the First Nations, but to also acknowledge the season of summer and the elements that make up summer. This is the height of the light for me, the heat, the fire within. It burns light all day long. Water has drained away, minimal water, and the bounty of the earth comes up and is showing itself. The air we breathe heats up and becomes heavy. And it's a time for me of outdoors, seeing people, really communing with nature on a day-by-day basis. Painting houses, I'm always outside, so I see the wasps, I see the birds. I can watch all day long outside, and what a gift that is on this land. So summer is a really special time, as is every time of the year. But I do enjoy summer. So, summer 2021. Spring is dry, perhaps the driest on record, and a bit milder than average. But if you take the average to be the last 30 years, but not if you take the average to be the last 30 years. It's pretty standard. Summer first shows up in mid-April with a record stretch of beautiful summer weather, never before seen, 7 straight days. Spring returns late April through May before a near heat wave ends the month of April and begins June with strong ridging from the U.S. West Coast. Spring returns for the first half of June before summer arrives, and with a vengeance for the last half of the month. It starts humbly with clear skies and reasonable temperatures that brings a few summer days after alternating with cloudier days before the weather sets in for the last 10. Things get very intense towards month's end, the most intense ever, as strong ridging pushes in from the west-southwest and over BC, forming the now infamous heat dome of 2021 that brought the hottest temperatures ever seen in Canada to the west coast, with temperatures topping 40 degrees plus on the inner south coast, 35 degrees plus for the west coast Tofino, and almost 50 degrees for the BC interior. Forest fires begin to rage in the BC interior and the Kootenays very early in the season. Here in Victoria, I remember us hitting 42 point something. Absolutely ridiculous. The feeling, the weight of the air and the stillness of the air and the quietness and the birds was shocking. It was scary. It shook everyone's core, I think, to the point, but not to the point of stopping driving cars. June finishes one of the hottest on record because of this heat wave. The heat dome ends typically with a trough moving up the coast from the U.S. West Coast. After that, July begins with a more seasonal, summery northwest flow as high pressure sets up offshore. Seasonal summer weather continues through the first half of July and onwards, with wisps of cloud from weak systems moving through, but no rain, not even a sprinkle for the south coast. Fires continue to rage in the interior. As we approach the end of July, temps heat up once more into heatwave territory as surface high pressure builds in from the west-southwest, then southwest, with a south flow between offshore low pressure and high pressure ridging over the U.S. West. A warm, hot south to southwest flow keeps us in summer weather for the first week of August, but by week's end, low pressure in the Gulf of Alaska that's helped fuel this flow, this southerly flow, crosses the central coast, bringing a summer front in from the west with the first major rainfall in almost 2 months. Heat slowly builds again through the second week of August, with new offshore ridging building in from the west-southwest with support of ridging over the U.S. West. This ends towards mid-month as coastal low pressure forms, drawing first smoke from inland, then cooler air from the south. As the second half of August begins, we see a major switch in the pattern as north to northwest flow becomes the dominant player, with more seasonable temperatures and bouts of cloud mixed with clearing that keeps us cooler but fairly dry through month's end. September marks the start of a shift in the pattern for the Northeast Pacific. Although the South Coast stays quite nice and summery, through the first 10 we see major storms start to enter the Gulf of Alaska and have a significant impact on the south or the Central Coast and Haida Gwaii. By mid-month, these Pacific storms are managing to break through our coastal high pressure, bringing wind and rain. Summer returns for a final little stand around the equinox, but once again, as September's last week arrives, Pacific storms arrive also with more wind and rain. Goodbye summer, hello fall. So notable here are the driest, crazy heat dome, of course. Hottest, driest June to August ever. How many summer days? Oh, I think over summer we had 82 summer days, which is 16 to 18 more than the average of 65. I think it's 65. Yes. Yeah. So a long hot summer, and particularly that June heat dome. Anyway, that's a recap for summer of 2021. A very memorable one, and I hope that helps you guys out in the future. Keeping track of things. Someone's got to carry this on. Keep it going, folks. Don't know why, but you got to do it. And as always, may the forecast be with you.